Hello, friends. Bihar has a rich historical heritage dating back to over 3000 years and has traditionally been home to multiple religious faiths. I started my journey in this hallowed land from Gaya. From the airport, I first went to the Vishnupad Temple, which is one of the ancient Hindu temples dedicated to Lord Vishnu, located on the banks of the river Phalgu. This temple is unique because a footprint of Lord Vishnu is worshipped here. Legend says that a demon, Gayasura, had attained lots of powers. In order to subdue him, Lord Vishnu asked him to go beneath the earth and then placed his right foot on the demon's chest. Lord Vishnu's footprint remained on the surface that we see and worship even today. Within the temple stands the immortal banyan tree Akshayavat, where Shraddh, the final rituals for the dead, takes place. After a quick darshan at the Vishnupada temple, I proceeded to the world-famous Mahabodhi Temple complex in Bodhgaya, about 10 kilometers away. As I entered the grand complex, I truly felt the spirit of the temple of great awakening. My eyes were immediately drawn to the 180 feet high pyramidical shikhara, on which were arc motifs and magnificent sculptures depicting the life of Lord Buddha. Legend says around 589 BCE, a young prince, Siddhartha Gautama, seeing the sufferings of the world, wanted to end it all. He gave up all material things and reached the forested banks of the Phalgu river, where he meditated under the Bodhi tree and attained enlightenment. In that very location, the Mahabodhi Temple was built by Emperor Ashoka in 260 BCE. It is one of the earliest Buddhist temples built entirely in brick and still standing strong. The main tower, with 4 replica towers, has a shrine with a yellow sandstone statue of Lord Buddha. As I stood with reverence in front of the Buddha, I could feel for myself the spiritual peace and tranquility. Now I understood why this holy place attracts not just Buddhists, but millions of people of all faiths from all over the world. From here, I went to the very sacred Bodhi tree and also saw the famous Vajrasana, or the diamond throne, which is an ancient stone slab located under the Bodhi tree. I spent some time in meditation and was rewarded with an immense sense of peace and well-being. I then paid a visit to the lotus pond, which looked very serene. Next, I went to the famous great Buddha statue very close by. This massive 80-foot statue of Lord Buddha in meditation pose on top of a blooming lotus is a sight to be seen and cannot be expressed in plain words. This statue is believed to be the tallest one and also the first Buddha installed in the country. It took 7 years to construct this towering Buddha statue and was consecrated on November 18, 1989 by the Dalai Lama. Having come this far, my trip would not be complete without visiting Rajgir and Nalanda. After a 2-hour drive, we reached Rajgir, the ancient capital of Magadh Empire. First, I went to see the remains of the cyclopean wall, which centuries ago encircled and protected the city. Since I had very little time, I paid a quick visit to the Venuvana Park nearby, which has a nice pond and greenery all over. While driving past, I saw the giant Buddha statue made of pink sandstone in the middle of Lake Ghorakatora. From here, I took a thrilling ride on the ropeway to the Vishwa Shanti Stupa on the hilltop. I was mesmerized by the beauty of the surrounding hills. As I reached the hilltop, I was awestruck to see the marble stupa and the glimmering statues of Buddha on the four corners. The ropeway ride back was equally adventurous. On the way to Nalanda, I took a short detour to visit the gorgeous Jal Mandir at Pawapuri. This white marble temple is dedicated to the 24th Jain Tirthankara Lord Mahavir. I was truly impressed with the spectacular architecture located in the center of a water body. According to legend, Lord Mahavir attained moksha here, and the Jal Mandir is located exactly where this epitome of ahimsa attained nirvana. Continuing my journey, I reached Nalanda, which used to be a Maha-Vihara, that is, a Buddhist monastery and renowned center for learning. As I reached the place and saw the majestic remains of monuments of centuries ago, I could very well picturize in my mind the bustling activity in ancient times. It was evident that during its glory days, many monasteries were built here in a planned manner over different eras. From Nalanda, I undertook the 2-hour journey to reach Patna and went straight to the Takhats Patna Saheb, also popularly known as Harmandir Saheb Gurudwara. The Patna Saheb Gurudwara is considered to be one of the holiest of the 5 Takhats and is regarded as very sacred by the Sikhs. It was built by Maharaja Ranjit Singh to commemorate the birthplace of Lord Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru of the Sikhs. As I went inside and did the Matha Tekna and Parikrama, my memories went back to the time when I had the good fortune to visit the Harmandir Sahib at Amritsar, commonly known as the Golden Temple. Feeling spiritually contented, it was now time for some worldly pursuits. As always, I picked up the traditional sari of Bihar, Madhubani, and a few local handicraft items too. I just cannot leave Patna without having my all-time favorite litti choka and malpua. It was a heavenly bliss to finish the meal with a kulhad wali chai. After a divinely fulfilling visit to this part of Bihar, fir milenge till we meet again in our next temple journey.